Hey there! Welcome to our channel, A Century of Flight, animated by a team of waifus who are passionate about civil aviation and old flight simulators on PC. Flight Simulator 2004 is one of our favorites because it strikes a great balance between retro charm and modern features. It can run on almost any modern computer, and with various settings and add-ons, the graphics still look pretty nice and enjoyable. However, there's a little issue with Flight Simulator 2004 because back when it was designed, PC monitors were in a 4:3 aspect ratio. This means that on modern screens the 2D cockpits look all stretched out and the navigation instruments appear distorted. But don't worry, we've got a neat trick to work around this and give your cockpit a more appealing look. Let's dive right in. Alright, so here we are in Flight Simulator 2004 in 1080p resolution. As you can see, the exterior view and the virtual cockpit look totally normal. However, the 2D cockpit view seems stretched out widthwise. It's kind of weird, right? So, what we're suggesting is to first resize the instrument panel to give it a 4:3 aspect ratio while keeping it at 1080p resolution. To do this, head to the right end of the panel with your mouse until a double arrow shows up. Then, click and drag to the left to resize the panel until the instruments look normal, more rounded, and less stretched out. Next, repeat the same process but this time move upwards, still on the right side, to adjust the pilot's view to match the new panel size. Alright, so now we've got this big black space on the right side of the screen. But don't worry, it's actually going to be super useful because we're going to fill it up with some essential tools for our flight. Let's bring up the radio stack. Just grab it with the mouse, slide it over to the empty space, and resize it to fit. It might need a few tweaks here and there, but it's no biggie, won't take too long. Next up, let's do the same thing with the GPS. We'll pop it up at the top of the screen. You can totally play around with how you arrange these elements, depending on the space you've got on your panel and screen. And hey, quick heads up, these cool tricks work with older versions of Flight Simulator too, like 98, 2000, and 2002. One more little tip, remember to save your flight. This way, you won't have to go through the process every time you want to fly with that particular aircraft. And the best part? You can create as many backups as you'd like for all the planes in your collection. This resizing technique is pretty versatile and works with almost all types of aircraft, whether they're freeware or payware, modern or vintage. The main thing to consider is having enough resizable elements like radios, throttle controls, and instrument panels to fit neatly on the right side of your screen. If you need more elements, you can always add them, but that might require some tech tinkering. If resizing isn't your thing, you can always rely on the virtual cockpit, which doesn't suffer from stretching issues. However, not all aircraft have this feature, and the quality can vary greatly from one plane to another. While some aircraft have top-notch virtual cockpits, they're a bit scarce in the FS2004 world. On the bright side, modders have created panels tailored for 1080p screens, saving you the hassle of resizing. These panels are usually of good quality, though they're not as abundant as the number of aircraft available for our simulator. Personally, we tend to lean towards 2D cockpits when we need a quick glance at all instruments and controls during flight. They may be less realistic, but they offer a convenient way to keep everything in sight without constantly fiddling with the mouse. That's a wrap for this tutorial. Thanks a bunch for watching the video. Don't forget to hit the like button and drop your comments, your feedback means a lot to us. Wishing you all the best and looking forward to sharing more virtual aviation adventures with you soon.